What's up, guys? Today I've got one of the probably most unique, unusual knives that I have ever shown on my channel. I think. I don't know. I've shown some weird stuff, but this is probably the weirdest. For me personally, anyway. I don't know. Now, there's been some other people doing videos on these recently also, and which is normal. That's what we do. This is an older one. This came from my very good friend Alex over at Alex's Knife Box. This is his original version. I mean, it's a version 5, so this is the Caswell Knives MKV5. V2, V5, I don't know. I think it's the V5. Alex can chime in on that. The instructions say V2, but on the blade, I noticed right before I started film, it said V5. Well, here it says V5. So it's the MKV2 Rev 5. That's it. I knew there was something. Jeez. Ugh. And this was made by Millet Knives. This was, I believe, like a Kickstarter, Indiegogo, something long time ago. It took a long time for Millet to come out and finish all the knives, and there's some drama and some BS that I'm not going to go into here. I'm just not going to do it. CRKT is making some now called the Provoke, I think it is, that are readily available for a lot cheaper. Whatever. Those ones are in the 200 range. This is in the 600 or 700 range, I think, is what Alex told me. Very similar, basic, same knife. I think it's interesting, and I actually looked at the Provoke ones earlier about maybe getting one just because of the oddness and the mechanics of how it works. One of my buddies has one, CJ. And he got it a while back and showed it. And I was just intrigued by the look of it and the mechanics of it opening. Okay, we're into knives, I think partially because of the mechanics, how it works. I'm also into watches, again, because of the intricacies of all the little mechanisms working together to make a watch. So that's what intrigued me about this one. And I'll run through some specs real quick. It's almost 5 inches closed, about 7 inches open, and this is a karambit. So let's see, I've got my fake pocket over here that I'm going to show you. It has a very unique clip. You basically push up on it, it comes down, and there you go. Here it is in your pocket. And it actually carries in the pocket super great. It disappears. This clip works fantastic. Super deep carry. You would reach in your pocket with your thumb, pull it out like this. You kind of reach in with your finger and thumb. It's a little weird. You get your finger here, and then with your thumb, you deploy the blade. You can do a bunch of spinning around stuff and all that, and I am not going to do that because I do not want to have to call 911 when I cut a finger off, make a mess all over here, so I am not going to be all whizzly freaking knife fighter guru guy and start spinning it around. But yes, you do spin it around. There's some knife fighting techniques and whatever. I am just intrigued by the mechanics of it. So as you push down with your thumb here, it deploys. So it's very cool. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can really see how this works. Let's zoom out a little bit. So you would push down with your thumb, release the detent, and the pressure of your thumb just fires this out like thus. And then there is the lock bar release is here that you push in, and then the whole mechanism releases and then folds back in on top of itself. It's very cool, and in the instructions it tells you how you can adjust all 4 of these to make it a little bit stiffer, a little bit looser, and it just walks you right through it. It's actually very cool. The pocket clip, like I said, you just push it in, and the whole thing all the way around here lifts up, and your pocket just disappears inside. It's a very cool mechanics. So 4 7/8, almost 5 inches long closed, 7 inches overall. The blade length is 2.47 with the 2.3, and that's like from the edge of this pivot to the tip. And it's 2.3 inch cutting edge. This is in 3V steel. It's 0.208 thick, and its overall thickness is 604. But that really does bode well for a full grip and feel good in your hand. And it weighs in at 6.1 ounces. So it's not light, but it's totally carryable, and it feels good in the pocket. Is it very practical? For me, it's not. I've had a karambit before, tried to carry that for a while. It was a folding karambit, and I just didn't quite get it. That particular one, the whole ring stuck out, and there was a pocket clip like right here. So it just didn't really work very well for me, but okay. If you're into martial arts, if you're into knife technique, yeah, this would be awesome as like a secondary. Can you flip it around and use it to open boxes, to slice things? Absolutely, you can. It does work for that, but it's not the most practical, in my opinion. But it's very cool. Now, the only thing I have that I can really compare it with, and first off, here's the packaging it comes in. It does come in like this wool Velcroed sock, basically, that it goes inside, and then it comes with some instructions, which is cool. What I can compare it to of things that I own would be this Medford fixed FUK, fighting utility knife. And again, is this a super practical EDC piece? It's a good secondary. I carry it in a custom molded sheath. When I do carry it, kind of at the 4 o'clock position in a reverse grip like this, so I can grab it like this, come out, and off you go. So it's a very similar style or thought process as this is, because you would grab this in a reverse grip and come out. Again, not very practical if you are not some trained martial arts knife fighting guy. But let's do a couple size comparisons just so you get an idea as to what the size of this is. Here's with the Sharpie, the Spyderco Delica, and nothing really compares to it, but it gives you an idea. There you go. It's exactly the same size as a Spyderco Delica when it's open in overall length, but it is going to be taller because of the mechanism. So, the Caswell really does curve down much farther. So I guess it has its uses if you're knife fighting guru. Here's another one that's a little bit in the odd shaped, just as another comparison. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is a cool knife. I have no need for it. It's something that I would not necessarily buy, even at, certainly I don't know that I would have this in my collection at $700. It's cool, but not that cool to me. The CRKT Provoke at a couple of $100, maybe, but likely not either. But Alex has a really cool story that goes behind this. He's talked with, I think it's Todd Caswell, a number of times on this, and they've built a relationship. So for that, I think it's awesome, because really, what are we doing here in this collecting? We're collecting items, but then there's always a story and a relationship behind the item. There's a story and a relationship with pretty much all of the knives that I have, whether it's with the maker or with the person I bought it from, or why I wanted one, how I came to know who it was or what it was, like this Red Horse Tactical, Red Horse Knife Works Hellraiser. This story is watching Jim Skelton's video, pausing the video, buying the knife, and going back and finishing the video. So there's always a story for me. So I think the story that Alex has, that he shared with me a month or so back when we had dinner, was great. And I guarantee I forgot a lot of it and didn't include a lot of it. So I know he'll chime in. So, but there you go, guys. The Caswell MKV2 Rev 5. I don't know. Interesting knife. What do you guys think? Do you have something like this? Have you carried a karambit? Love to hear your feedback. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great night, great day. I'm filming at night. You're going to see this in the morning. So have a great day, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.